Hello and a very warm welcome. 7 days to go till the start of the F1 season. Friday practice is in a week's time. The cars will be finally on track. 7 days till the season starts and the cars will be on the track, and finally we will get the answers to all the questions we want to know. Leclerc debut. Can McLaren finally be competitive and reliable? Toro Rosso Honda, can that be reliable? Who's going to go for the title? Red Bull, can they finally start the season strong and get in the title mix? What else have I got? So I reckon the season will probably be Hamilton and Vettel again going for the title, and it'll be a battle to who's going to be five-time champion first. There's been a couple of changes in the 3 months gap we've had, which Halo is an absolute disgrace. They've changed the logo. Why change the logo why change something that doesn't need to be fixed? Grid Girls, not too bothered about that one. And 3 engines for the season, so we're going to see plenty of grid penalties. That's a ridiculous rule. Should be 5 engines per season. So, Mercedes, Valtteri Bottas seriously needs to improve, otherwise he'd be dropped. Simple as that. He has to push Lewis Hamilton, has to win more races. Last season, simply not good enough. On to Ferrari, the same with Kimi Raikkonen. Must improve or this is his last season. We say it year after year about Kimi Raikkonen, but finally, surely this will be his last year if he doesn't win a race and push Sebastian Vettel and push Ferrari to actually win the Constructors. Red Bull, always start the season slow. They need to be there on the pace at Albert Park, Melbourne, and surely then maybe we can see Red Bull actually in the fight for the title instead of just the second best. Like you have Mercedes, Ferrari, and then Red Bull as second best. Easily, like just in the background, they need to be up there with Ferrari and Mercedes. Renault, looking strong, got one of the best driver lineups in my opinion. And what can they do? They are looking like the 4th best team with McLaren at the minute. McLaren, absolutely huge season. They finally ditched a Honda engine. They've gone to the Renault engine. And can they be competitive? Can they get podiums? Can they win races? Can they be reliable? Testing was a bit of a washout, but let's hope McLaren can get back to where they belong. I mean, it's going to be absolutely laughable if Toro Rosso score points with a Honda engine and both McLarens retire at Melbourne. That would be absolutely scandalous. On to Toro Rosso. They've got the Honda engine, but an inexperienced lineup. Never scored points, Pierre Gasly and Brendan Hartley. But let's hope they do. Can it be reliable, the Honda engine? There is rumours that they changed plenty of engines during testing, and that's why they were so reliable. On to Williams, another inexperienced lineup, and they're hugely going to struggle, in my opinion, this season. Sauber, I'm excited about Sauber, and it's not for my good friend Marcus Ericsson, it's for Charles Leclerc's debut. Every Formula he's been in, he's been champion, and I really hope that he can do the job in F1. And we see him future in a Ferrari seat. That's what I hope. I like Charles Leclerc. I watched a lot of him last season in F2. Absolutely rinsed the field. And I hope he can be a success in F1. On to Haas. Great first season. Mediocre. They have to get back to where they were in the first season. And Kevin Magnussen really needs to calm down. Force India. 4th place last year. Exceeded expectations. It's going to be a huge struggle for them to get 4th place this year, with the likes of McLaren and Renault getting better. So Force India could struggle, but they've got a solid driver lineup, and hopefully we can see Esteban Ocon in the Mercedes. But Esteban Ocon has to do a job on Sergio Perez, has to beat him comprehensively, and then maybe he can get the Mercedes drive. So yeah, we are 7 days away from the cars being on the track. Friday practice, 2nd practice, Saturday 3rd practice, qualifying. That will be huge. Who's going to be on pole? And then race day. I do think Ferrari will win the Australian Grand Prix. They won it last year. The problem is with Mercedes, if they're second and third, that they struggle to follow, and it's evident around Albert Park. It's happened a few times. Mercedes, it's amazing in clear air, but when it's following another car, seems to struggle hugely. So after months and months of waiting, long waits through November, December, January, February, the season's finally underway in 7 days' time, 1 week. Hopefully it flies by, and then we are on to Albert Park, Melbourne. I'm going to be honest, I'm not a huge fan of the track, but it's been on the calendar years, and I think Ferrari will win it. I do think Ferrari will win it, but it's interesting. First race of the season, how many people are going to finish the race? I mean, like I said before, how ironic would it be? That was somewhat Fernando Alonso's look if Toro Rosso score points and both McLaren's DNF. But I can't wait. Australia, it's always on in the middle of the night for me anyway. I'm in the UK, so race day will probably be at 4 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning. Practices will be on at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. But what can you do for a sport you love? The passion that I have to watch it. Even if I don't get up and watch it in the middle of the night, I'll record it and then watch it. It's just, I have to watch F1. Football and F1, two huge passions of mine. We're only 7 days away from finally getting on the track. Halo device for the whole season, 21 races, going around loads of different continents, loads of different countries. Fast tracks, slow tracks. It's going to be interesting. Obviously, I never want a driver to crash, but when someone actually has a huge crash, let's see. Is this halo device going to prevent them getting out? Because instead of it being 5 seconds with no halo, it's going to be 8 or 10 seconds now. So that will be interesting. Obviously, I don't want anyone to crash. I just want to see good, hard racing, good overtakes. And yeah, I think it's going to be Hamilton and Vettel for the title. But I want to see Red Bull in the mix for the title and McLaren. But I think it's a step too far for McLaren. But here we go, season back underway. I can't wait. Look out for the qualifying reactions, the race reactions. I love doing them. As you can tell in my voice, F1 is back in 7 days' time. Unbelievable. We've had a long wait, but finally, we only got a week left till the first car will be on the track at Albert Park, Melbourne. Thanks for watching. Adios. I'll see you next time.